One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now,
nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians.
Yeah, they've been doing this forever. What's the deal?
Nobody had a problem about that, but somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the out of here. It's been happening forever.
True.
And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie Sanders isn't the president right now. Yeah, that's the
Dude,
proof.
they f***ed that guy over like so hard.
This is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets.
Okay.
As The Atlantic's Franklin Ford puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires. And
this is one of the tricks that media does, is they write articles that are inaccurate or problematic, and then they cross-reference each other to create the semblance of authenticity or authority. So, like,
yeah, that's why nobody trusts the media, because they just circle jerk each other all the time.
They use each other for references, and they're like, well, he said it,
it's the best
and
thing
then
about
I'm
X,
referencing
by the
back
way.
to this article that was written here. But the fact is that it's bullshit in a lot of cases. Like, I think like Black Myth Wukong, like the example like that before is just like it. I'm not saying that this is like exactly what it is. The regime does building of billionaires.
Bernie Sanders would bankrupt the country, says Rocket. The thing is, though, is like, that's the guy that they wanted, and then they keep fucking him over. You know, I mean, when I say they, I mean like the Democrats, like the Democrat voters. It's like he's the guy that they wanted, and they keep fucking him over.
And in turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Sure, of course this happens. Yeah, definitely. Right? The unique danger of a Trumpist oligarchy.
This is like 2016, by the way.
Complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. Do you really think all of the other billionaires are giving the other... Do you think that they gave all the other candidates money because they like them? And this is the thing, right? Is it's like a misrepresentation that's then referred back to as an authority.
turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime.
Yeah.
Power grows ever more concentrated as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it. In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It can undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
Eroding democracy is when you lose the vote.
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly from the little guy in America.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because in like 2020, people were like, you're questioning the validity of like the election, and like you're saying that people are cheating, therefore you are a threat to democracy. And then like now it's like flipped. Right now it's flipped. Now it's like, oh man, people, you know, the Republicans cheated. It's like, whoa, I thought you said that was a threat to democracy, man. Like, dude, it's so funny. Yeah. Elon bought Twitter, therefore Twitter wasn't an echo chamber for Harris. I mean, I think that was the best thing about the whole last couple of years is that there is a place now that people can discuss things freely without worrying about getting banned. I mean, they still ban people on X, obviously, but it's usually for stuff like threats and like illegal action. They don't really ban people for opinions anymore, so that's kind of nice.
Really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
How? I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all of these other things? This has been going on forever.
Tazuto says they ban leftist people still. Provide me one case of a leftist person getting banned for their beliefs. Just one. If they're still doing it, provide me one single case and I will look into it.
Just look at Elon Musk.
Because I would be against that too, by the way. So let's see it. Yeah, on X specifically, yeah.
I'm not just MAGA.
It has to be specifically for their beliefs, okay? Because if they believe in, for example, if somebody on X says, "Yeah, I believe in these Democrat policies. Also, we should pay money to kill this person." If they say both of those things, they did not get banned because of their political beliefs. That's not true. They got banned for something completely tangential. So that's why, if you think that, I need to see what happened, because I don't believe it.
I'm Dog Gothic MAGA. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
Sorry. The thing is this actually was the case before. Before Elon bought Twitter, people were getting banned for their beliefs, even though they weren't breaking the law.
Massive crushing victory.
He banned a lot of leftist reporters. Can you provide me like a proof of that? I just want to see like what happened.
Everyone.
Because I would be against that, obviously, if that happened.
Friends,
It happened.
family, people on the street. Put
Yep.
the signs up. Put the hat on. Let's go.
The wildly charismatic billionaire rocket and electric car magnate
What a shit talker, man. Oh my god. What a shit talker.
spent $130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected.
Yeah.
That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before.
Didn't the Kamala Harris super PAC have like $17 billion or something like that? I mean, like,
Yeah, like,
I don't know. I mean, and this is the problem. Like, yeah, like look at George Soros, other people like this. Like, what are we talking about? We're like, the problem is that anybody can see that the government is bought and paid for. It's obvious. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows the government's rigged. But you're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor.
Yep.
That's it.
honestly, the best thing that you can do against like all of the rigging is to just enact policies that make it harder to rig, right? And the thing is like the truth is, when people are saying that 2020 is rigged, a lot of it doesn't have to necessarily be that the voting itself was rigged. There could be like a bunch of other stuff too, right? Like if, for instance, if, you know, let's say like hypothetically, if like one side basically shut down all media coverage that was positive towards one candidate and then ramped up just like everybody talking shit about them and then not allowing anybody to say anything that was like countering that message, then that's kind of rigged if you think about it, right? But I mean, just strictly on like the front of like voting, right? If you didn't want things to be rigged, then you would honestly require IDs. It doesn't make any sense to me like why you would say like people shouldn't have IDs. I literally don't understand the argument, and I've never heard a good argument for it. Like, why would you not ask people for IDs? The fact that you're saying like, oh, we want it to be illegal for people to ask for IDs, like, how do you expect people to think that you're not trying to rig it? That's kind of weird, right? Like, if you're like, why would you care if they made it that you needed IDs? There's the only case that you would care is that you got some shady things going on. Yeah, like every other country requires it. Yeah, exactly. And the only argument I've heard is kind of racist. Honestly, like, I don't know. I think what they're talking about right now is that, and I think it would be a really, really good thing. It would kind of solve the problem that people have with it, is that you make it so you are required to have an ID, but if you don't have an ID, then one will be provided to you. I think that's a great plan. That like, if you're a legal citizen in America, and you cannot afford an ID, then the government will provide you one for the purposes of voting. Like, I think that's a great idea. No one is voting without an ID. Well, how? Okay, hold on. Tazuto says that no one is voting without an ID. What's the problem then? What's the problem then? So you agree with me? If nobody's doing it, then who cares, right? Make getting a basic ID free, problem solved. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, the problem, okay, if I think that everybody should have an ID, when they vote, they should present their ID, And then, they check it throughout whatever system this is. Okay, you're good. Go ahead and vote. Are you against that, Tazuto? Yeah, so there's no problem at all in demanding ID. If you believe that nobody is breaking the law, then what's the problem with the law?
You need a government-issued
Musk also
photo
bought
ID
Twitter.
to get a job, house, car, adopt, get a license of any kind, and to do or get anything involving state.
State and federal government, but not voting, apparently. Yep.
For $44 billion and drove its value into the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love
Here, hold on.
the
Here
quote-
in Texas, reps have been closing poll locations more and more every year. Okay, Tazuto. So let's say, hypothetically, if they were to make a law that said you had to have a polling station within X miles of your place of residence, otherwise they would allow you to do mail-in ballots, but you have to have ID now at all polling locations. Would you be okay with that? I feel like I should just get you in
Elon
voice
Musk
chat.
is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government.
Yeah, that's true. People were making fun of him.
Yeah, it's crazy how, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for. It's just like such a one-dimensional way of thinking.
In order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that Twitter is an open space for people to have opinions.
Yep.
That's it. It is.
You can see it all the time that there's people, there's a lot of people that say left wing things on Twitter all the time, and I think that's a good thing. Like honestly, I think having a place that's public that everyone can discuss ideas is a great idea.
No, it's not. What happens if you follow a bunch of left-wing people? Well, then you're going to get their opinions instead. That's what happens. It's not like when Elon Musk took over, he went and banned Bernie Sanders. That's not how it works. I see far left opinions all the time. So do I, constantly.
And it kind of worked. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of course, by the president-elect's victory. That surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk,
Thanks
who
for the
now has
follow.
a net
No,
worth
thank you.
of $290 billion.
I mean, you see, right? You don't have to be like.
But hold on, doesn't this always happen though? Doesn't this always happen? Like anytime there's some kind of there's a person that's like working with the president, like regardless of what side it is. There's people that are working like with the president-elect. The stocks always goes up for them, right? Like regardless.
Super sophisticated to see how like wildly corrupt this
All stocks are up, not just Tesla. Oh yeah. My dad told me about that, dude. My dad was like, yeah, it's freaking awesome right now.
be. Trump isn't even
I do. I think it could be corrupt. It absolutely could be. And I think in some cases it is. But the problem is that you're not going to get any sympathy from people when this has been something that's been going on forever. Citizens.
Well, the thing is, too, is that people will speculate, right? That if Elon is there, he's going to want some policies that are good for the things that he believes in. And since he believes in his companies, that they would go up, right? And the thing is, dude, I really don't want to hear this shit with like freaking people like Nancy Pelosi making it like super rich coming out of, like stock deals and stuff like that. And on top of that, like, can we be real here? Like, who's the one guy? Say what you will about Trump, like whatever. Who's like the one guy that lost money from being like the president? Everyone else goes into politics and they make fucking bank. Donald Trump lost a lot of money from going into politics.
United was codified into law before Trump was even around. So what are we talking about? How Elon Musk is some kind of like unique danger? It's outrageous. Yeah, you lost the game, bro. Like, yeah, you lost the game. That's it.
Hasn't yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the prez. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election, a family photo that interestingly doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked. But there's Elon Musk.
Wait, this is like their evidence is that Elon Musk was in a Trump photo, but not Melania. Dude, this guy is reaching hard. He's going for everything that he can. It's like, dude, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't feeling good or something. You know, I don't know.
He gets the friends and family discount now, and while he's sitting on.
He's mad coping.
So like now this is some kind of, because the media is attacking him because they're losing power to Twitter. It is. Twitter
they're
is...
big mad. They're big mad. Shai says, so Elon equals Melania. Elon's the new wife. Dude, they're so mad. They're so mad because they had power for so long. The media people had so much power, like forever, like ever since like freaking newspapers came out. These guys were like, they had basically a monopoly on information. And now that like the internet came out, and then they tried to do that too, to like all of these, dude, they're gonna want to like regulate it really bad now.
Twitter is a direct threat to establishment media because Twitter it's a bigger platform than any establishment media. It's worldwide, and it's effectively completely open. So the ability that, like, I've always thought that media has actually always been corrupt. It's just that we didn't know it until we got the internet.
Outplayed by an MMA fighter that just talks to anyone he wants now. Well, the thing is it's not even like Joe. I'm assuming you're talking about Joe Rogan. And the thing about Joe Rogan is he did invite them to be on. It's not like Joe Rogan said like, nah, I'm absolutely never gonna have like Kamala Harris on. He said like she can go on, but it just has to be under the same rules as everybody else. The reason why Kamala didn't go on is because she wanted special treatment. And Joe Rogan said that we're not going to give her special treatment. Like she has to follow the same rules as everyone else.
And we could really see what happens behind the curtain. I think media has always been extremely corrupt. It's just that now we have the tools to perceive it. Mainstream media is dying. Yes, it is dying, and Twitter is pulling the plug. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Heckle.
Twitter is the main place that people get information. Bigger than any of them combined? Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why they're against Twitter and why they're trying to like make advertisers leave Twitter. It's because they want to maintain their position in the media economy. And Twitter is threatening that position in a direct way.
It makes a lot of sense if you just follow the money.
Corrupt or biased? Why not both?
Billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him. Now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president.
I freaking love community notes. Community notes are the greatest thing.
Oh, president. Wow. Who thought that? Oh, I guess. Yeah, they just invented that. Advertisers are leaving on their own because it's a cesspool. I don't think that's true. I think that media and advertisers create an expectation. And also, advertisers probably don't want to have Twitter owned by Elon Musk either. And so what happens is that advertisers, by withholding funding and not putting funding out there, what they do is...
Wait, why would that be, though? Why would the advertisers not... Is he saying the advertisers are on the left? Like,
They create soft speech requirements where it's like, well, you can't have these opinions, you can't say these things, you can't even allow other people to say these things, because if you do, we're going to take away the money we give you, and we're going to use this as leverage to get you to compel speech. Like, that's basically what happens. And I know that there are some people that are happy about this, and they're like, oh, that's good. It's not good. It's not good when Elon Musk does it. It's not.
I mean, I see what he means. Like, it is not good. But I mean, what's the alternative? I guess is like you force. I don't think you should be able to. I don't think he's saying this, but you shouldn't be able to force people to advertise on, to not have restrictions on their advertisements either, I think. That is an interesting problem, actually.
Not good when they do it either. I don't want to have some multi-billion-dollar company that has a fiduciary responsibility to make as much profit as possible, trying to be the arbiter of what can and can't be said. That's insane. Of course not.
Okay, so apparently, like, I had to watch that video first. I had to watch that video first to watch this video.
Destiny's mauling at me? What's Destiny mad about? What did I do?
This is the drama
Musk
I
also
wanted to know about.
Bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value into the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct, yes. That's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation.
I respect Destiny a lot. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think it makes a lot of sense. He just called you an R word?
And are now
Yeah, a lot of Elon's goals align with the
apparently
whole
going
Trump
to be
thing.
running America.
No, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how?
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going.
Do you even know what, he doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
You're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it.
You just don't know anything. You just have no history, understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is.
Destiny, for the love of Christ. 1 week ago, you were telling XQC that Kamala was the favorite, and he bet $700K on her.
Ooh, I heard about that. Did XQC lose $700,000? Fuck.
Did you see XQC put $700K on it?
Dude,
Yeah, he asked me yesterday. He's like, who do you think's going to win? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Kamala. He's like, you really? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And then he sent me a picture of the bet. I'm like,
So funny.
Then, on the same stream, you showed Harris' campaign has spent more than double Trump's.
listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other.
Destiny, for the
Wait,
love
what?
of Anubis. You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump's elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama. Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind.
Dude, nobody liked her. Nobody liked her. Noctis, thanks for the follow thing. Dude, it's so funny, dude, because like people did not like her at all. And then when she started running, everyone changed their minds. Like, oh, she's like the best, dude. It's so weird.
Closed doors.
And I'm gonna say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just gonna say it. If you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm gonna say that because if they're gonna come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not gonna be fully honest, I'm gonna be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversation. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Guys, that's my big booty Latina there. Spitting facts. It's my favorite. Spitting facts. Telling the truth. Honestly, God bless her for telling the truth.
There have been an open primary, though.
Well, see, we thought that there would be the anticipation.
Hey, she's telling the truth. She's saying she's gonna call it out, and I appreciate that. You gotta appreciate, you guys can't be like so like stuck in the whole politics thing that like you cannot say that a person did a good thing when they did a good thing. And she just did a good thing right there by saying like, yo, you guys are full of shit. This is not what you guys are saying behind the scenes. And that's a good thing.
Was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary.
So you have an historically disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden would have lost catastrophically.
Oh, the Latina thing.
Privately telling reporters at the time.
It's because my alt account on Steam is AOC Big Booty Latina TTV.
Harris couldn't win. Biden campaign's own internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama.
Well, you guys didn't know that? That's my alt. What do you mean bad at Hunt? Trash page, no background. Bad at Hunt, L can't ever catch a W, SMH my head. Post this on the walls of the 12 strong... This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is...
You were so convinced she would win that XQC bet 700K on her. Come on now, my man. Back to you, Baldy.
You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election, and somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think this proves it. 1 trillion. Okay, so it's $1 trillion. It's gone up by 20%. So that means it's $200 billion. Twitter was bought for $40 billion.
Wait, Tesla's worth $1 trillion? Wait, is that what that's it?
That's how I see it, right?
Dang.
That's how I see it.
That's so much money.